Welcome everybody to a brand new Blu-ray and DVD out and about video today. And this week sees the release of the romantic comedy Long Shot hitting store shelves, along with the dramatic horror film The Intruder, the animated comedy Ugly Dolls, as well as Deadly Class first season is coming out, and a 4K upgrade for the dramatic Civil War movie Glory as well, plus much more. So let's go see the deals, exclusives, and we're at our first location, Walmart. So let's go in and see what they got. Alright everybody, we are in at Walmart here, and the first thing I'm seeing is they have the Blu-ray, DVD, and digital of Long Shot for $19.96. They also have the DVD over here for $14.96. Now, I got a chance to watch this on Amazon Prime, and I missed it in theaters, but mainly because I really didn't like the trailers. I was like, it kind of seems like a lame romantic comedy, not something I really want to invest my time going into the theater to see. And how wrong I possibly was, guys, because I really enjoyed this movie, man. I thought it was really fun. I liked the comedy. I thought the acting, Seth Rogen, Charlize Theron, they did a great job here. I thought the romance really worked. I like the story of her being this sort of Washington political person and him sort of being this outsider and them sort of having this budding romance. I like it. I thought it was heartwarming. I thought it felt genuine. I didn't feel like it was cheap or that, they were going for cheap laughs or that the connection between them didn't work. I thought it really did. I liked it quite a bit, man. I'm honestly shocked because it didn't look that great, and so I was kind of like, not sure whether I wanted to check this thing out, but I'm really glad I gave it a chance, man. Honestly, I'm not always the biggest fan of Seth Rogen, and Charlize Theron is a great actress, but sometimes she has been hit or miss. This, though, I was really pleasantly surprised by, guys. If you like a good sort of romantic comedy wrapped in a sort of a political style film, give it a chance, man. I was honestly pleasantly surprised by this one. I'm not gonna lie. I thought it was way better than it had any right to be. I actually quite liked it, man. Not bad at all. Then over here they have the Blu-ray, DVD, and digital of Ugly Dolls for $22.96 and the DVD for $17.96. Both are the sing-along edition right here, guys. And I got a chance to catch this on Amazon Prime, and again, I didn't watch it in the theater mainly because, first of all, I'm not really an animation guy. You guys know that by now, but not only that, but again, the trailers for this one did not look good, man. Not at all. It just looked really sort of lame to me, and I thought, oh God, this one's gonna be a real stinker. And again, truth be told, I was pleasantly surprised. I was pleasantly shocked, guys. I really honestly was. This was way better than it had any right to be, man. I thought the animation was really great here. I like the comedy. I think kids are really going to dig it quite a bit. I love this. It's very colorful. I think kids are really going to respond to it quite well. I think the characters are really funny. I like the designs. I like the message of the film about acceptance, and just because maybe you're not perfect doesn't mean you still can't be loved. I like a lot about this movie, man. I even think the music is very catchy. I think kids will definitely sing along to it. I was shocked, man. I really honestly was. I wasn't prepared to like this. I thought this was going to be really lame and just a flat out terrible kids animated movie, but honestly, it really surprised me, guys. It really surprised me in a pleasant way. Very well done, man. Really was. I honestly think it's probably one of the more surprising and better animated movies to come out this year, crazy enough. I think kids are really going to dig this one. I think they're really going to like it. They may annoy you with them singing along constantly, but I think it's a very fun film worth definitely giving a look to, especially for kids, man. Definitely enjoy this one quite a bit. shocker of a lifetime, but I really like this one, guys. Then over here I'm seeing they have the DVD of The Intruder for $17.96. They also have the Blu-ray digital for $19.96 right here, guys. And I got a chance to check this out on Amazon Prime as well. And to be honest with you, I missed it in theaters because basically I just frankly missed it. There was no main reason, I just did. My mother ended up seeing it in the theater, and she told me it was really good and really effective. And, you know, not that I don't trust my mother, but, like, you know, when you get older, your tastes change, and I'm wondering if, like, you know, she was right, or, you know, or this was going to be sort of a lame one that she liked, but I didn't. So I ended up checking it out on Amazon Prime, and really good, man. Really well done here. I really like sort of the drama here. I like the horror aspect of Dennis Quaid stalking this couple, and just the eeriness and the creepiness of it. And it really reminded me of those great sort of like late 80s or 90s sort of thrillers, man. It really was very well done. I really quite liked it a lot, man. I thought Dennis Quaid did an awesome job. Michael Ealy, Megan Good, everybody did a great job here. It's got an eerie, creepy, atmospheric feeling. You know, he just gets under your skin. I will admit there's a couple of moments here, though, that are a little stupid character-wise. Some characters that you really just don't like and want to die. And a couple of glaring plot holes. But outside of that, though, I actually quite liked it. I thought it was a really interesting surprise. One that I was not prepared to like, but I really did enjoy it, guys. Crazy enough as it is. Very interesting thriller. One you should definitely give a chance to. Not half bad at all. Minus some of the plot holes and everything, but not bad whatsoever. Then over here I'm seeing they have the Blu-ray digital of El Chicano for $19.96. George Lopez. Our Streets, Our Fight, Our Hero. El Chicano. What's this? Oh, a guy out for justice, taking it to the streets, you know, taking out the bad guys, you know, sort of vigilante style. Very interesting. I do like a good vigilante style action film. I don't see them quite a bit. Last time, at least one that I watched in the theater was Death Wish, which is actually really good. I don't really watch many of them, but I do like a good one from time to time. Kind of weird that George Lopez is in this, but I like the cover to it. I like the story. It could be kind of interesting. El Chicano. If you guys know anything about that, definitely let me know. Then over here I am seeing they have the Blu-ray digital of Domino for $14.96 and the DVD for $12.96 right here. Isn't that the guy from Game of Thrones? I think that is the dude, right? And Guy Pearce. Yeah, it is. He gives his partner's murdered by ISIS member. That is interesting. I like the plot. Plot's not bad at all. I like it quite a bit, man. It basically this sort of revenge tale and sort of this sort of espionage thriller type of movie. It doesn't look half bad. You know what kind of shocks me though? This movie is directed by Brian De Palma. Shocks the living shit out of me. I don't think this thing ever came to theaters, guys. And back in the day, man, a Brian De Palma movie was an event, dude. You went to go see a Brian De Palma film, man. That shit went straight to the movie theaters. I think this one just went straight to DVD and Blu-ray, which is weird. I love Brian De Palma. And that's odd, dude. I like Guy Pearce. I like this actor from Game of Thrones, but that really throws me for a loop that Brian De Palma directed this and it didn't go straight to theaters. I mean, I wonder how good the movie is. It's probably good. It's Brian De Palma, but that's strange. If you guys know anything about Domino, let me know. Interesting that Brian De Palma directed it and went straight to Blu-ray and DVD. Then the next thing over here I'm seeing is they have Scary Stories, the DVD for $9.96 right here. The story of the books that frightened a generation. I like the cover though. The cover is really creepy and cool with the clown with his like fucked up teeth. I like that. Explore the best-selling Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. Really? Wow, well this is conveniently put out at a certain time because they're putting out Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark like in August. You know, Guillermo del Toro and everything. I'm really shocked, man. This is trying to capitalize on that big time. Wow, man, trying to like, you know, get in on Guillermo del Toro's territory. Doubt that's going to happen. I think this is going to be a pale comparison to Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, though, guys. Honestly, I'm really looking forward to that movie. I think that movie's going to be really scary and really kick-ass. But this one probably looks like a straight-up, like C or D level movie that can't compete with the big theatrical edition. I could be wrong, though, dude. I honestly could be wrong. I do like a good sort of anthology tale horror style film. I like those old school books from Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. It looks interesting, but I'm gonna wait until maybe the better version comes out in August. I like the cover, though. See, sometimes these straight to DVD movies, sometimes I don't know, they trick you. They might not think it's good, and then it's better than you expect. It just seems like they're putting this out at a convenient time, guys. Kind of a ripoff, but interesting though. Let me know if you're interested in the new movie coming out, and if you have any thoughts on this one. If you've seen it, definitely let me know. I like the cover though. Definitely worth it, especially if you're blind buying. This is a cover you definitely pick up though. Then the next thing I'm seeing over here is they have The Last Whistle, the DVD for $12.96 right here. Sort of football story, looks like. High school. Oh, sort of inspiring the team, and you know, a player goes out, and you know, sort of the drama behind that and everything. Interesting. Not sure about this. I like some good football movies. Like, this kind of reminds me of Varsity Blues. However, Varsity Blues is probably a much better movie. And you know what other one I was thinking of was Unnecessary Roughness with Scott Bakula. Have you guys ever saw that movie? Definitely watch it. Both are more comedies than anything else. This seems a little bit more dramatic to me. I do like a good football movie, like something like The Replacements with Keanu Reeves, something like that. This looks a little bit different than that. It probably is a good dramatic movie, football dramatic movie, and I know that people love their football, so maybe this is right down your alley, guys. Definitely let me know what you think of The Last Whistle. Other than that, guys, that does it for this area of Walmart. Let's see if there's anything else. Alright everybody, we are over in this section of Walmart, and the only other thing I'm seeing is they have the 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray digital of the 30th anniversary. Whew, God, already 30 years now old, damn. Of Glory for 1996 right here. Man, wow, I never thought I'd ever see this movie get a 4K upgrade, but there you go. Man, this movie is absolutely phenomenal. Now, mind you, I haven't watched it in many years, guys, but the last time I saw it, man, how phenomenal this movie is, man. A great Civil War drama based on a true story of the first sort of black regiment for the North in the Civil War, and it just is so amazing of a movie. Denzel Washington, Morgan Freeman, Matthew Broderick, everybody gives amazing performances, man. Everyone's on fire here. I love the story. I love the way it's shot, the way it's told, the dramatic war scenes. I thought everything worked in this thing really well, guys. It was so wonderful. And I can't believe it's been 30 years, man. The movie came out, I think, in '89. And it really is just, it's still phenomenal today as it was back then, man. So wonderful, really honestly is, man. If you like war movies or a good like Civil War drama from back in the day, definitely give it a look, guys. It is so well done here, and depending on how good they did the picture, the 4K upgrade is probably going to look absolutely stunning, guys. Especially with sort of the war scenes and everything, I think it'll look phenomenal in 4K. Yeah, absolutely, guys. Definitely worth checking out for sure. Well, that's all I see at Walmart, guys. All right, let's head out. Not too bad here at Walmart this week, guys. It's not the physical media exclusives bonanza that we got last week or even the week before, but I think it's a nice little steady physical media final week for July, guys. I think we got some really decent releases coming out, a couple of interesting independent titles. No exclusives, but this is not really the week for exclusives, guys. And again, after the last couple weeks of getting some pretty decent exclusives, we were going to be on the lesser end this week, I think. But for the most part, though, some really interesting stuff. And something for kids, something for adults, romance, comedy. They got a lot of stuff to check out this week. Not bad here at Walmart as usual. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Let's head to the second location and see what they got. All right, everybody, we're at our second location, Target. Now, this is a slower week compared to the past couple ones that we did have, guys. But that being said, there was still a decent amount of stuff that we saw over at Walmart, to be honest with you. And I think we're going to see an okay amount over here at Target. I think all we're going to see is the new releases, and that's it. I don't think we're going to see anything major, like exclusives or anything. This is just not the week for exclusives, so I don't think anyone's going to have any exclusives whatsoever. So as long as we get the new releases, then I'm personally a happy man. So let's head into Target and see what they got. All right, everybody, we are in a Target here, and the first thing I'm seeing is they have the Blu-ray, DVD, and digital of Long Shot for $19.99, the DVD for $14.99, and, you know, I was thinking about Charlize Theron while watching this movie, and the thing I was thinking about mainly is that, you know, I go back quite a bit with Charlize Theron. I think the first thing I ever saw of hers was, God, it had to have been either 2 Days in the Valley or That Thing You Do. It has to be either one of those. And I remember seeing her, I'm thinking, wow, this chick is really interesting, especially in 2 Days in the Valley. If you have never seen that before, especially with James Spader in it, she is like in very skin tight outfits, and you're like, whoa, I don't know who this chick is, but she's got my attention. She's been in a lot of really great stuff. She's done a lot of really interesting movies. Remember that movie back in the day with Ben Affleck, Reindeer Games? Yeah, Reindeer Games. I bet you guys do. Very interesting movie, man, that one was. And she's done a lot of very interesting stuff, whether it's, you know, Prometheus or Monster and Aeon Flux, which Aeon Flux is not really all that great either. But she's done a lot of really interesting work. I like her as an actress. I like the stuff that she does. I like the risks that she takes as an actress. She's done some interesting work, and I always tend to like her in almost everything I see. Not everything is the movies are great that she's in, but usually they're pretty good though, and she's a really great actress. So, and I liked her teaming up with Seth Rogen, because Seth Rogen, it's hard for people to pull off probably being in love with Seth Rogen, because, you know, Seth Rogen's kind of a schlub, so you really have to work a little bit hard to do that whole I'm in love with you thing. But I think she pulled it off, man. I really did. I thought it worked out really well, man. Honestly, she did a great job, and so did Seth Rogen. I bought into the romance. I honestly did. Not bad at all, guys. Then over here I'm seeing the Blu-ray digital of The Intruder for $22.99 and the DVD for $19.99 over here, guys. And You know, the one thing I was really worried about with this movie, especially, was that it was going to be this sort of almost lifetime movie sort of cheesiness. And, you know, no offense to my mother, I mean, she loves Lifetime movies, but a lot of them are really shitty. And you know what I mean? They're not really all that great, way overly dramatic. And honestly, this wasn't that. It was a really nice, suspenseful thriller, and it reminded me of movies like Pacific Heights with Michael Keaton, or even Unlawful Entry, if you guys remember that one from the early 90s with Kurt Russell and Madeline Stowe. It reminded me of those like really great, tense-filled sort of like your neighbor or somebody stalking you type of thriller. That's what it reminded me of, and I thought it was really really effective, man. Honestly, I mean, some of those ones from the early 90s or late 80s are fantastic. So the fact that this kind of compares to that is really cool. Honestly, it's way better than I think people gave it credit for. Definitely give it a look, guys. Then over here I'm seeing they have the Blu-ray digital of El Chicano for 1999 right here. I don't really know what more to say about this. It looks kind of a cool little, again, revenge flick. I like these type of movies. Again, it looks kind of cool and interesting, but, you know, again, looks can be deceiving, and some revenge type movies are not always the greatest. I think they kind of rely too much on the violence and not enough on the story. So I don't know where El Chicano actually lands. Definitely let me know, but looks interesting. Then the last thing I'm seeing over here is they have the Blu-ray digital of Domino for $16.99 right here, guys. And I still think it's really weird about Brian De Palma. I really honestly do. And the reason why I say that is because Brian De Palma's done so much wonderful work. Carlito's Way, Scarface, the first Mission Impossible movie, Snake Eyes, and so many other films, man. He is such a well-regarded director, and the fact that he's actually doing straight to DVD and Blu-ray stuff kind of shocks me. You know, I mean, it kind of is a signal that some of these old school directors are not as highly regarded as they used to be, and that maybe their name doesn't have as much clout as it used to have. That's kind of what I think. It's kind of a shame, really, because you would think that a studio, he makes a movie for a studio, and the studio's like, oh, hey, Brian De Palma, this is going straight to theaters, but that doesn't happen, unfortunately. It's a real shame. I think people like him and Francis Ford Coppola and a few other people, unfortunately, they've become dinosaurs in the industry, and their name isn't what it used to be. That's a real shame. I really like Brian De Palma. I'm very curious about this movie, though. Definitely let me know if you guys have any thoughts on Brian De Palma for sure. Other than that, that does it for this section. Let's see if they got anything else. Alright guys, and we're over in this section over here, and what I'm seeing they have is the Blu-ray, DVD, and digital of Ugly Dolls, the sing-along edition for $26.99, and the DVD over here for $22.99. And like I said, I think the story is really good here. I think it's very colorful. I think kids are really going to enjoy this one quite a bit. But more than that, like I said before, I think the songs are really great, and I think that the singing is really good in this movie, and I think the reason why it is because you have actual, like, singers here in the movie that they're actually doing the singing themselves. You don't have actors trying to pull off the singing stuff. You actually have real life musicians here, like Kelly Clarkson, Gabriel Iglesias, Blake Shelton, Pitbull. You have a bunch of those stuff, and so I think the music comes out a little bit better, and I think it's better handled because of that. That's not always the case. Sometimes music in these ones are really terrible, regardless of who's singing them. But I think the music ends up coming off really great. I think the lyrics are really inspiring and very funny, and I think that kids are really gonna like these songs. I think they do become very infectious, and I think people do really like them quite a bit. I guess it depends, because I don't know if people really gave this one a chance. I don't think it really made a lot of money at the box office, unfortunately. I think people were more preoccupied with other animation movies that were coming out. This movie made okay, but not a lot of money. So I, if you guys missed it, definitely give it a chance. I looked at the trailers and the TV spots and I was turned off. I thought it looked like garbage, but that just goes to show you that you really do have to give these movies a chance, and this one is definitely worth giving a chance. So I think your kids would really like this, honestly. I really do, guys. Well, that does it for this section, guys. Let's see what else they got. All right, everybody, we are over in this section with a small little display for Hobbs and Shaw here, which is really right around the corner. And they have a few of the releases here that come with $8 movie cash for the Hobbs and Shaw spin-off right here. You've got the Blu-ray digital for $32.99. You've got the DVD for $24.99, and that is both the 8-movie collection. You have the Blu-ray DVD and digital of The Fate of the Furious for $10, the DVD digital of The Fate of the Furious for $7.50, and the Blu-ray digital of Furious 7 for $7.50. Again, all with $8 movie cash. And I've said it before, but I really honestly don't love these movie collections. And the reason why I don't is because basically the 9th film is coming out next year. So this box set is going to become null and void, basically. It's going to be useless. And they're going to put out another collection set. So really, I mean, I know they want people to buy it for, to go see Hobbs and Shaw. I mean, I get it. I like the Fast and the Furious franchise. I think the Fast and the Furious franchise is sort of, to me, at least a guilty pleasure. It's just one of this franchise that just gets more ridiculous with every single installment. I mean, eventually one of these days, I think they're just going to go into space. They're just going to say, fuck it, we're just going to go into space, and what the hell? It's bound to happen, put it that way. It just gets more crazy and ridiculous, and I tend to like the later, more ridiculous installments than I do sort of the earlier ones, but I still really like the earlier ones for a more simple time in the franchise when it wasn't so crazy and wild and ridiculous. I admire the Fast and Furious franchise, especially for how long the series has went on, and just the fact that it's still making a shitload of cash even to this day. It amazes me, guys. It really honestly does. It's made Vin Diesel's career. It made Paul Walker's career. The Rock, has been hugely recognized because of it. I mean, a lot of people have benefited from this franchise, so they must be doing something right. I will say this much about the Fate of the Furious, though. The last one, I liked it. I didn't love it, though. I kind of felt that, even though I said about Charlize Theron how much I really like her, and I really honestly do as an actress, they didn't do much with her as the character of Cypher. They really didn't, and I felt like it was kind of lacking the chemistry of previous installments. Kind of a weak villain. I thought the action was still cool, but not as good as it could have been. Still made a shitload of money, and Jason Statham and The Rock's chemistry were awesome. And I think that's why we're getting the Hobbs and Shaw movie, because the chemistry that they had together in this movie was off the charts. So clearly somebody must have been paying attention, because they got their own spin-off. And I think the spin-off's going to be pretty cool, guys, but that's definitely what came out of this one. But I will say, though, I think they should have ended it at Furious 7. Because I really do like this one. It's not the best Fast and Furious movie, but I thought it was a really great send-off for Paul Walker and his character of Brian. I thought it was a really great send-off. I really like the villain in this one quite a bit. Jason Statham rocked in it. I thought James Wan did a good job. I think overall it was a pretty solid movie, and it would have been a great send-off for the franchise, but they need to make more money. There's more money to be had, so of course they're going to make more. I think they should have ended it at Furious 7. I mean, I'll still watch the movies. I'm still very curious and definitely going to watch it, but I'm curious what you guys think. Definitely let me know what your thoughts on the Fast and Furious franchise are, and where do you think they should have ended it, or are you still happy they're continuing it? definitely let me know, and let me know if you're looking forward to Hobbs and Shaw. I certainly am. Very interested to see what they do with that movie for sure. Alright guys, that does it for this area, and that seems to do it for Target. Alright, let's head out. Truth be told, slightly better selection than I thought we were going to get, guys, because I didn't think we were going to get like a lot of the titles that we saw, guys. I knew we were going to get at least 3 of the new releases, but outside of that, I really didn't think we were going to get anything else. But we got some of the stuff we saw over at Walmart, and that Hobbs and Shaw display. I was not expecting that, especially with the movie just right around the corner. That's cool as well. Not as much selection as Walmart, but usually that's not the case with Target anyways, but it was nice to see a little bit more selection than we would have, especially on a slower release week. Alright guys, not half bad here. Could have been a little bit better, but still very impressed with what they had overall, especially because, again, slow week. I wasn't expecting much, so nice surprise. Alright guys, let's head to the next location and see what they got. Alright everybody, we are at our third and final location, the Beast Best Buy. But before we go in, I want to talk about a couple trailers with you guys. The first, well, they're all back in Zombieland 2 Double Tap, guys. Yes, they are back indeed. And, you know, when I saw the first Zombieland movie, when it came in theaters, I saw it with Bob, and we fucking loved that movie, guys. It was one hell of a time in the theater, man. The comedy was great, the action was great, the characters were great. We thought, man, this is such a wonderful movie. And it felt like a great sort of American counterpart to what Shaun of the Dead was. You know, sort of Shaun of the Dead being sort of this British great sort of zombie movie. This being the more American version. I thought it was great, guys. I did. I really fucking loved the movie. And I thought, well, this movie was really popular. People loved it. We're going to get a sequel. And then it didn't happen for a really long time. And so, you know, I heard developments, well, it's happening, or they're writing it, or, you know, there's interest from the director, and nothing ever came of it. So at a certain point, I thought, well, I guess we're just never going to get a sequel to Zombieland, which is fine, because sometimes you don't need a sequel. Sometimes just that one movie is good, and that's it. But I'm really happy that they are getting a sequel, and I'm surprised that everybody came back for this movie, because, you know, if you think about since that first Zombieland movie came out, Woody Harrelson's gotten more popular. Emma Stone's won an Oscar. Jesse Eisenberg is doing more work. Everybody has gone on to do a lot of other stuff. Ruben Fleischer directed Venom. So, I mean, I thought nobody was going to come back for this, but they all came back, and even the director did. And I like the trailer. I'm not in love with the trailer, and I had to watch it a few times for me to really like it a lot. The first time I watched the trailer, I was like, I don't really know what to think about this. You know, the comedy, it looks good. I don't know if it's on par with the first film. It feels like they're doing a hell of a lot of cameos in this film. It seems like, you know, you've got like Luke Wilson in here, and you've got a few other people in here as well. Rosario Dawson. I hope it's not just cameo central. I hope there's actually a point to these people being in the movie. I like the zombie effects. The zombie effects look really cool. I like them going to the White House. I like the idea of the younger girl finally growing up and wanting to be on her own, and I like the idea of that, guys. I think it honestly looks good. I'm a little unsure, though, if it's going to stack up to the first film. I think sequels rarely do, especially sequels that are so long after the first film. I don't know if they're really gonna do this, but I think it could have a really good potential, quite honestly, guys. I think it really could. And the second trailer being The Lighthouse. Robert Eggers directed The Lighthouse right here, guys. And so, I saw The Witch in the movie theaters. And man, that was an interesting experience, because the movie's really good. But I gotta tell you, man, it is a slow burn. And it's one of those really, like, very trippy movies. You don't really know what's going on until the very end, and then you're like, whoa, and the ending's really cool. Uh, it's one of those movies where I think people have to be patient, and I think their patience will be earned if they get to that ending. But it takes a little while to get there, and I do enjoy the movie quite a bit. I do like it a lot. And Robert Eggers is one of those directors that feels to me like he's somebody who is somebody who's very interested in the psychological horror. He's interested in, the mistrust of people and how a situation can turn really deadly in like a matter of days, just because you're not quite sure about this person or about their intentions, and maybe this person is not who I thought they were. I think he's more interested in that type of horror. And with the lighthouse, it looks really interesting. These two sort of strangers who are stuck in this lighthouse working it, and how there's like suspicion and you don't know who to trust or what's going on. It looks very fascinating to me, guys. I heard a lot about this movie before it came out, about how Willem Dafoe and Robert Pattinson didn't quite get along during the filming of the movie, and it actually helped their characters and helped the actual movie itself because they really didn't care for one another. I also am very interested in the movie because it's black and white, and you don't really get to see a lot of black and white movies anymore. You really don't. There's very few black and white movies that ever come out now, and I'm always really fascinated about that because I'm an old school fan of movies. I do like black and white films quite a bit. So I like that style. It's not for everybody, and I think some people are going to be like, oh, God, where's the color? But for me, I kind of like the old school approach, and I'm definitely down for it in a big bad way. I like the actors here. I like the story of the mistrust and aspects of that. I think Robert Eggers is a very interesting and fascinating director who likes these more slow burn type of horrors. And the movie's distributed by A24, and they love distributing a lot of weird and bizarre type of movies, and this definitely seems like one of them. I'm going to give it a chance. I think it looks kind of cool. Definitely let me know what you think of The Lighthouse and of what you think of Zombieland 2 Double Tap. I'm very interested to hear what you guys think. And in the meantime, let's head into The Beast and see what they have in store for us this week. Alright everybody, we are in at Best Buy here under the new releases, and the first thing I'm seeing is they have the Blu-ray digital of The Intruder for $19.99. And, speaking of actors, man, that I was talking about at Target that are really great, add Dennis Quaid to the list, man. Dennis Quaid is fucking awesome, dude. But you know what, the great thing about this movie is that he plays this sort of creepy bad guy, and Dennis Quaid really has never really played it to this degree before. He's played some bad guys before, but not to this degree, at least as far as I remember. I mean, he's a great actor, man. Whether we're talking about The Day After Tomorrow, Frequency, Great Balls of Fire, The All-American. I mean, some really great movies, man. And he's one of those actors that doesn't get the kind of love that I think other people do. You know what I mean? He doesn't really even get a lot of work, unfortunately. I've noticed that, like a lot of the newer releases that we see, like Dennis Quaid is like nowhere to be found, and you would think Dennis Quaid would do more work, but he's doing a lot of family friendly stuff and not really sort of this type of movies. So when he did this, I know my mother was really interested, and that's why she went to go see it, was because of him. And I got to admit, man, he really delivered. I thought Dennis Quaid was awesome here, man. I mean, he should get more credit as an actor because he really is way better than some people actually give him credit for, man. I mean, there's some actors out there who get a lot of work that aren't half as good as he is, man. He is really fantastic, and this is a really great little suspense thriller with a great creepy bad guy. Some of these ones can be really generic, but not this one, man. Honestly, this one was better than a lot of the ones that I've seen before. A lot better than some of the Netflix stuff that has come out, and a lot better than the Lifetime stuff. Definitely give it a chance if you like these ones, guys, for sure. You get here alternate ending, deleting alternate scenes, gag reel, commentary, making a modern thriller behind the scenes. Not bad special features for The Intruder, man, especially for $19.99. That's a really great price tag. If you guys like this movie, not bad pickup. Then over here I'm seeing they have the Blu-ray, DVD, and digital of Ugly Dolls, the sing-along edition for $22.99. Again, I do think this movie is worth it. I think kids are really going to like it. I think it appeals to all the bases. I just think the problem is there's so much competition out there, guys. I mean, Disney's putting out a shitload of material. You got the Disney Plus stuff coming out. Netflix does animation. Different type of studios are coming out with so much stuff. And I feel like for a lot of people out there, especially parents, I feel like they kind of have to pick and choose what they're going to watch, right? I mean, okay, if there's 3 animated movies out this weekend, we're going to pick How to Train Your Dragon because that one's the more popular one, and, you know, why not go to that? I feel like there's so much competition that certain movies get drowned, and I think Ugly Dolls was one of them, but to be fair, the trailers were crap, and I feel like the trailers probably turned off a lot of people, myself included, so I feel like a lot of people probably didn't want to check it out just because of the trailer alone. Honestly, I think the studio messed up in marketing this thing, but honestly, it's much better than I think that I gave it credit for or anybody would. It's definitely worth it, guys, honestly. It's definitely an underrated one that I've seen. Definitely give it a look, guys, for sure. I really do think the kids are going to enjoy it. I really honestly do. You've got Making Ugly Dolls, fun with the cast, sing-along, and trailers. Not bad. This release I think is more for kids than adults, but I know a lot of you adults out there really do love the animation stuff, so this is probably, again, if you love the animation stuff, give it a chance, because some animation is better than I think people give it credit for. Definitely do it, guys. Then over here I'm seeing they have the Blu-ray digital of Domino for $14.99 right here. Again, not much more to say about Domino, but I will say this though, guys, that I am interested to watch this just for Brian De Palma alone. And I was looking up Brian De Palma stuff between stores, and he's actually done a lot of work that's been straight to DVD, man, which shocks me, dude. You know, I think with the changing times of Hollywood, and I think how Hollywood operates now, more of the money machine than the creative machine, I think there's certain filmmakers that have went the way of the dinosaur. I guess that Francis Ford Coppola is one of them. I feel like now Brian De Palma is, and even somebody like Ridley Scott, I think sometimes can't get a movie made unless it's called Alien something or other. You know what I mean? It's really tough for these old school directors, because they grew up in a time where it was really creative, and it wasn't about money. It was about what you had to say about the movie and the director's vision, and that's changed quite a bit, guys. It's really a shame, because again, people like Brian De Palma are geniuses in cinema. So I'm really curious about this movie. I like the actors. It looks interesting. Definitely let me know what you think, and let me know about some directors that you feel are sort of on the downside of their career when they really shouldn't be. Definitely let me know, guys. But wow, again, a shocker, straight to DVD of a legendary filmmaker. Who knew? No special features that I can see, unfortunately, but again, it's curiosity just for Brian De Palma alone. Alright, guys, well, let's see what else Best Buy's got. Alright, guys, we're over in this side of the new releases, and I'm also seeing over here they have the Blu-ray, DVD, and digital of Long Shot for $19.99 right here, guys. Now, this movie is directed by Jonathan Levine. Now, he's directed a lot of interesting stuff. He's directed All the Boys Love Mandy Lane, 50/50, Warm Bodies, The Night Before. He also directed Snatched. There's some of those titles I like and some I don't. But he's a director that likes to delve into comedy, but does a lot of very unique and different things with comedy. Like with 50/50, it was with cancer. With Warm Bodies, it was with zombies. This sort of brings the romance aspect to it as well. You know, it's an interesting movie in the fact that it's got the political aspects to it, but it's also the romantic comedy. And you know, I was thinking about a movie that this reminds me of, and I believe it's The American President with Michael Douglas. If you guys remember that one, it's sort of about the president and how he's actually sort of in love with this regular woman, and how it's sort of it's complicating his duties as president or something. It's a really good movie. Actually, it's also got Michael J. Fox in it as well, and Annette Bening, if I'm not mistaken. This reminds me of that. It reminds me of a very heartwarming, romantic comedy that has great performances in it. It's a movie that I didn't expect to really like. It basically has a great message, and no matter where you are politically or who your friends are, it doesn't matter. If you love somebody, you love somebody. It doesn't matter, you know, what their political affiliation is or who they are as a person. Love is love. I like this, and I like Jonathan Levine directing this. Like I said, he does a lot of things within comedy, but he always spins it in a very interesting way, and I think this is one of those times, guys. Very unique. I definitely enjoyed this one quite a bit, guys, and I'm not always the biggest fan of Seth Rogen either. Seth Rogen at times sometimes his comedy is a little dry and maybe a little over the top also. Sometimes I feel like it's nice for him to tone down a little bit, and I think this is a much more toned down performance. There's a little bit of over the top stuff here, but not as much as you're usually used to with Seth Rogen. It's actually a really good movie, guys, and one of the better ones, romantic comedies that I've seen, dude. I would put it high up there, the ones I've seen in recent memory for sure. You get 7 Minutes in Heaven, 7 Charlotte Uncensored. Okay, that's interesting. Epic, Flarsky Fails, Hanging with Boys to Men, and more featurettes. Not bad featurettes, and it's definitely worth checking out. If you like romantic comedies, if you like a different spin on comedy, this is one definitely worth checking out, guys. I do love a good romantic comedy from time to time. And again, the trailers didn't sell this, just like it didn't sell it well for Ugly Dolls, but I'm telling you, the movie ended up being better than the trailers. That sometimes happens quite a bit than you realize, guys. Not bad at all. Alright, that does it for this section, guys. Let's see what else they got. Alright, everybody, we are over in this section of Best Buy, and the first thing I'm seeing over here is they have the Blu-ray digital of El Chicano for $19.99 right here. And you know, I was thinking about it, there really is a lot of vigilante-style justice movies, man. I mean, Seagal's made a bunch of them. You've got your Dirty Harrys, you've got your Death Wish movies. You could even say, I guess, your John Wick movies are sort of vigilante-style justice in a lot of ways, too. I mean, there's a lot to the vigilante-style genre, but like any genre, there's a lot of good stuff, but there's a hell of a lot of crap, too, and you gotta wade through a lot of it in order to find the good stuff, you know what I'm saying? But once you do, the good stuff is really well worth it. I don't know where El Chicano kind of goes in that, but it seems like it's sort of got this great sort of Mexican flavor to it, which might make it unique and interesting. Because I'm not gonna lie, there's a lot of these type of vigilante movies that have the same kind of ideas over and over again, so it kind of sort of beats you over the head a little bit. So you want something a little bit unique and a little bit different. Not sure where exactly this goes, but it does look interesting at least, and you know, I mean, you know, and with the Mexican flavor, it could bring something new to the table. Who knows? Definitely let me know what you guys think of vigilante-style movies. What are some of your favorites? And maybe El Chicano could be up there. If you've seen it, definitely let me know, guys. You've got deleted scenes and making of El Chicano. Interesting. Not all vigilante-style movies are created equal. Where will this land? Who knows? But, you know, we'll see a lot more in the future. Vigilante-style movies never go away. Just like any genre. They may go away for a little bit, but they always come back in style. Then over here I'm seeing they have the 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray and digital of Glory for $19.99 right here. And this is just a great goddamn war movie, man. Just really great. It just checks off all the boxes, man. The acting, the action, the drama, I mean, everything. And it's interesting because I was thinking about it. There's not many movies that have been made about the Civil War. I mean, not as much as like World War One has gotten a ton of movies. World War Two has gotten a shitload of movies, a ton of them actually. Civil War doesn't get a lot of love, and I think the reason why is because as time goes on, I think it's harder to make these type of movies unless you have a huge budget and can recreate it. I think it's very tough to sort of recreate this time period, and I think there's not many more that you can really do with it. I know there's a lot of people who dress up and do Civil War reenactments, but outside of that, not many movies are being made of this particular era. So, you know, when you see one about the Civil War, especially one that's as good as this one, you definitely got to get a hold of it, guys. Like I said, it's got great performances in here. Denzel won an Oscar for it, for Christ's sake. Matthew Broderick is awesome. Morgan Freeman. Everybody hits it out of the park. And the movie, I think, is directed by Ed Zwick, if I'm not mistaken. And he ended up directing The Last Samurai, and with Tom Cruise. And that's a really great one, too. And he's a really great director. So this is a really good, solid movie, guys. If you guys have never seen it, definitely check it out. The 30th anniversary here is well worth a good time to reinvest in a good style war movie, especially based on a true story. The performances alone are worth it, guys, and it's always good to revisit a very important part of history for sure. You get here video commentary, theatrical trailer, director's commentary, deleted scenes with optional commentary, virtual Civil War battlefield, the making of glory, voices of glory, and the true story of glory continues documentary. Man, there is a lot of stuff to chew on with this release, guys. Quite a bit of material. If you are a war fan, if you are somebody who really loves these type of old school like movies about our history, give it a look, guys, because this movie is so amazing, and I feel like it's time to revisit this and give it the love that it properly deserves for sure. Nice to see a 4K upgrade of a very, very great movie for sure. Alright, guys, well, that does it for this area. Let's see if they have anything else to show off. Alright, guys, we're over here on this end cap. They have some very interesting movies here with an exclusive, and it's up to $8 off a movie ticket to go see It Chapter 2 right here. Very interesting. They have these Blu-rays that have these unique slip covers to them. Weird, creepy eyes for Annabelle. Very nice. They have Annabelle Creation. Weird, creepy eyes. Very nice. They have The Conjuring right here. Weird, creepy eyes. They also have The Conjuring 2. Weird, creepy eyes. You getting the theme right here, guys? They got that. They also have the old school It with Tim Curry right here. God, I love these, man. Almost looks like the eyes are following you, man. God, very nice. They've got Friday the 13th, the killer cut right here with Jason's weird, fucked up eyes. It's very nice. They've got The Exorcist. Oh, that's cool. Look at these, man. I like these, man, with the weird, creepy eyes. That's nice. Then you've got a 3-pack of Annabelle. Actually, you've got Annabelle, Annabelle Creation, The Conjuring 2, and The Nun, The Conjuring Collection for $29.99. That's actually not a bad price. With, oh my God, more creepy eyes. Jesus, look at these eyes. Oh, good Lord, man. They've also, down here, they've got It Chapter 1 with, oh, that's really cool. Look at those eyes, man. Nice. God, that's really cool. They've got The Meg. Now, The Meg doesn't have the eyes. It just has, like, the shark, like, coming out of the water a little bit more. That's interesting. They've got A Nightmare on Elm Street 7 film collection right here with Creepy Freddy with his creepy eyes. Nice, nice. $38.99, not bad for that one. They also have Poltergeist here. Now this one doesn't have eyes. This was just has her sort of on the TV there. Not bad. They also have The Shining right here. Here's Johnny. Look at that. That's interesting. Then they have the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake as well with Leatherface's one creepy eye. Nice slipcovers here. Very unique lenticular slipcovers, man. And they all vary in price. Some are $7.99, others are $9.99. $9.99 in price right here. $38.99. You have others that great like box set there for $29.99, which is really cool. $7.99, $7.99, $5.99 for the old school It. $7.99, $5.99, $7.99, $5.99 as well. Really interesting slip covers, man. Again, with the googly eyes, man. It's really cool. And I think it's just the same old discs, but just with the unique and interesting slipcovers, which I have to admit, this is very cool slipcovers. Probably one of the coolest slipcovers I've seen in quite a long time, guys. Very unique, very interesting. I like this quite a bit. And again, all comes with $8 off movie cash for It Chapter 2. Not bad at all, guys. Really cool. You never know what you'll find at Best Buy. This is one of those times. All right, let's head out. Not bad selection this week at the Beast, guys. I mean, you've got the new releases, you've got some of the independent titles that we saw at the other stores. On top of that, those exclusive, like, Blu-ray slipcovers with the movie cache for It Chapter 2 is really cool. Truth be told, I was not expecting to see any type of exclusives this week at all, but that honestly surprised me, guys. A nice surprise for sure, and actually they look really cool too. You never know, Best Buy always has some cool, unique surprises in store, and that was one for sure. Other than that, some really cool physical media this week. A lighter week than normal, but still a lot to check out, guys. All right, let's head out. All right, everybody, that is not the end of the video yet because we've got one more place to go to. You know, I almost forgot that it's July and the Criterion sale is going on. So, well, let's head in to Barnes and Nobles and check out what the Criterion sale here has to offer. Let's head inside. Alright guys, we are in at Barnes & Nobles here with the Criterion 50% off sale right here. Quite a bit of variety that they have just over here alone, guys. First up I'm seeing over here they got, The Game. Great David Fincher movie. God, if you guys have not seen The Game, definitely do it. A very underrated Fincher movie. Way underrated. I'm so glad that Criterion released that one. God, so much stuff to choose from here. Ghost World, which I've never seen, but I've heard good things about Ghost World. That. Oh. Godzilla. I think it's the old school Godzilla one. Nice. That. God. The Graduate. Very nice. I believe you're seducing me. Great Dustin Hoffman movie. God, great Dustin Hoffman movie, man. If you guys have not checked out The Graduate, it's old school, and it kind of. I don't know if this movie would fly nowadays in today's PC world, but. Man, what a great movie. The Great Dictator, which I've never seen The Great Dictator, but I gotta watch it. I gotta watch a lot of Charlie Chaplin stuff, because I've watched some, but I haven't watched all of his stuff. And I know he was a brilliant sort of physical comedian, did a lot of really interesting work. I gotta watch that at some point. Hard Day's Night. God, The Beatles. Me and Nick did that review for yesterday, and just revisiting the Beatles and the music, man, Just so legendary, man. Especially this movie, man. Hard Day's Night is awesome. So, ooh, Hedwig. Hedwig. They've made so many versions of this, the Broadway stuff, and they've done some other movies and everything. I believe this is the original one, but oh man, great story, man. Really great. God. Hoop Dreams. Nice. They got that. They got House, which I've heard this is a really weird and fucked up movie, House is, but I've never actually seen it. I thought at first when they were releasing this movie, I thought they were releasing the old school House, that American movie from the 80s, but no, just House. I heard it's a really weird Japanese movie though. They've got The In-Laws. I know they did a remake with Michael Douglas and Albert Brooks, which was good, but the original was so much better. Then they've got In the Heat of the Night. Great goddamn movie. I love that cover too. God, that cover's great. What's they got? They've got Kiss Me Deadly. Oh man, what a great cover that is. God, I love that cover. That's a great goddamn cover. We got Last Temptation of Christ. Great movie, man. Willem Dafoe is awesome in this film. A very underrated Martin Scorsese film. Martin Scorsese has a lot of ones people remember, but there's some of his work that is actually very underrated though. This is one of them. And then, Life Aquatic. Dude, Life Aquatic is one of my favorite movies of all time. One of my favorite Wes Anderson movies. I love this film so goddamn much, man. This is a great movie, man. Bill Murray is awesome in this. God, I own the Blu-ray one, but that's great. Let's see here, they got more Charlie Chaplin here. I love that one. Modern Times. I heard Modern Times was really good. Gotta get into Modern Times. Peter Falk and John Cassavetes. Don't think I've heard of this one. Mikey and Nicky. No, I don't think I've heard of this one. Man, this must be an old school one. Oh, I never heard of that one. You got that. They've got Midnight Cowboy. Ooh, I might have to pick up Midnight Cowboy. Oh man, dude, I remember this got announced and I didn't pick it up the last sale, but I might have to pick it up this time. God, what a great movie, man. Old school one. Again, a lot of these movies from back in the day, they would not fly today. You could not get this stuff made, dude. This is such a great movie. At least I remember. It's been so long since I watched it. You got that. The Manchurian Candidate. Great movie. Again, this also did get a remake with Denzel. Not as good the remake though, but it's definitely a great original movie. Man Who Knew Too Much. Alfred Hitchcock. Great movie. Again, it's been so long since I've seen this one, but I remember it being really good. Knew Too Much. The Lore. I picked this up on Blu-ray, but if you guys haven't, this is a really great foreign language sort of fantasy drama about these two girls that are mermaids, and they become like these singers and everything. It's a really fascinating movie, man. If you like these sort of foreign fantasy ones, definitely give that one a look. Little Streams, Lodger, more Charlie Chaplin. They've got Mulholland Drive. Great David Lynch movie, man. Great. David Lynch always does these weird, bizarre, fucked up movies. Mulholland Drive's one of them, man. Really good though. They got God, so much stuff to choose from. Jesus, man. We got The Red Balloon. Oh, they got Moon. Oh, The Princess Bride. I think I got this the last time during the sale, and I love this. This is a great edition, man. It's like a digibook inside here. It's a great release of The Princess Bride, man. If you love like great kids fantasy movies, but ones that adults can enjoy too, definitely get on that. God, so good. Then they've got The Player. Ooh, Police Story 1 and 2. My dad used to love the Jackie Chan stuff. So great, the old school Jackie Chan stuff. Oh, Sex Lies and Videotape. Nice. I'm a big fan of Steven Soderbergh. Unfortunately, it's only the DVD. I wish they had the Blu-ray, but man, I love a lot of his work. A very risky filmmaker, but I love the work he does, man. You got Philadelphia Story. Personal Shopper, which I never saw Personal Shopper, but people tell me to check it out because it's a really good drama. Also got Pan's Labyrinth. I already picked up this edition, but this is a great Criterion edition. I love Guillermo's work. Pretty much everything Guillermo's done except for one film I've really loved of his. So great of a foreign language fantasy movie. Oh, they've got Repo Man. The Red Shoes. Great one. Definitely something Martin Scorsese likes. Repulsion. Rosemary's Baby. Great goddamn movie. Still a classic. Rushmore. I love Rushmore, dude. That's a great Wes Anderson movie. I love that one. They have Salo. God, Salo's such a fucked up movie, dude. My friend Ron and I were talking about this movie recently, how just messed up this movie is. I don't think many people can stomach it, but, you know, I have some weird taste, so I can stomach it, but very odd movie, but crazy that one got a Criterion release. Oh, you got Shampoo. Great cover. Shallow Grave. Really great one with Ewan McGregor, man. Really great one. Danny Boyle directed this. Not many people know much about Shallow Grave. Definitely give that one a chance. A very dark sort of comedic thriller. Very good one. Sid and Nancy, great one. Sisters, awesome. Some Like It Hot. I picked that up the last time too. I really love Some Like It Hot. Man, definitely a favorite of mine. One of the Marilyn Monroe's best movies. Something Wild, great one. Man, so many great releases, guys. I love checking this sale out so much, man. Twin Peaks Fire Walk with Me, which I love Twin Peaks, and this movie is so fucked up, but it's actually really great too. I love it. I love it. It kind of is a great compliment to the series, but if you just watch it by yourself, you get confused as shit. But great David Lynch. Let's see here. Man, so many great titles, guys. Wow, man, so much really great stuff to check out. Man, and even more stuff, guys. Even more stuff over here, dude. We got some interesting selection at this one. Badlands. The Age of Innocence. Not a bad movie. I haven't watched it in a long time, but I remember really loving it. Great performance by Daniel Day-Lewis, man. Him. Ooh, 12 Angry Men. I don't have this edition of 12 Angry Men yet. They don't have the Blu-ray. I wish they did. Because if they had the Blu-ray, I would buy it. But, oh, man, this is a great movie. They remade it a long while back with I think Jack Lemmon was in it, if I'm not mistaken. And it was a really interesting movie. I really liked it quite a bit. I like the remake, but the original is still king. Oh my god, there's so much stuff. Oh, Beyond the Valley of the Dolls. God, it's been so long since I watched that one. Man, I love the cover though. God, very bright, very vibrant. Being John Malkovich. Oh man, great Spike Jonze movie. Not only that, but John Malkovich is awesome in here, and John Cusack is killer. God, I love that stuff. The Big Chill. Ooh, one of my favorites, man. I love The Big Chill. Great old school comedy that not many people talk about, but they should. God, so many great stuff. Ooh, The Blob. Old school Blob one. I love the remake, but it's been so long since I watched the original. Then they've got Blood Simple. Ooh, great Brothers movie. Oh, another David Lynch special, Blue Velvet. Talk about a really fucked up movie, man, but a really great one. And watching this just for Dennis Hopper alone is great. Then Dennis Hopper kills it in this role, man. God, so good. And Cat People, the old school Cat People one. I love that cover, dude. Old school Cat People. Bull Durham, great baseball movie. One of the like top 5, top 10 best baseball movies. Dude, love this one. The Brood, Cronenberg. That scene where she's licking the baby, like, oh God, but so great, man. Oh, Breakfast Club, nice. I already have this one, but man, John Hughes, killer, dude. John Hughes is great, man. God, I hope a lot of his other stuff gets released eventually. I know Arrow Video has released some stuff as well, but I hope more stuff gets released. Also, Brazil, great Terry Gilliam movie, man. I love Terry Gilliam, and Terry Gilliam is so underrated as a director, dude, but I love a lot of his work. So great. Oh, man. Brazil is fantastic. And I think there's like 2 or 3 cuts of the movie on that, too. God. Kronos. Guillermo del Toro's first movie, and it's a great vampire movie. So much great style and substance, dude. I love this movie so much, dude. Very great foreign language vampire flick with a lot of style and a lot of substance. And I believe the first time he worked with Ron Perlman as well. Man, great working relationship that was. Awesome movie. Oh, man. So much great stuff, guys. Easy Rider. Oh, Easy Rider is fucking classic. I wish they had the Blu-ray. It's just the DVD, but oh, man. Great movie. Dennis Hopper, Jack Nicholson, about riding around in America, the whole thing about how America was back then and how they treated people. Very interesting, very fascinating movie, even still today. Love that one. Eating Raoul, great movie that is. Ooh, Election. Really great movie with Matthew Broderick, dude. Matthew Broderick, man. God, I love Matthew Broderick. Dude, that's a great movie. Oh, Fantastic Mr. Fox as well. Great little animated film. Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. One of my favorite movies of all time. Top 10 favorite movies of all time, and one of my favorite Terry Gilliam movies, man. Johnny Depp is fucking awesome in this movie, dude. I love the Hunter S. Thompson stuff. This is a must buy, at least for I mean, I already have it, but it's a must buy for you guys. Wow, dude, so much great stuff this time around. So much great stuff at this sale. You never know what to choose, guys. I always love checking this sale out, guys. There is literally so much you can always check out here. And what I love about the sale is that you end up like giving movies a chance that you might not have before because it's 50% off. So movies that may look interesting or have interesting, cool artwork, it's always kind of fascinating to check out what stuff they have, because sometimes I forget what they have from time to time, guys. There is always some really great, interesting, and very unique titles that Criterion always puts out, and this time around is no exception. Hope you guys picked up something good for the 50% sale. I know I'm going to pick up at least one title. Ooh, not bad at all. Well, let's head home and finish the video. All right, everybody, that'll do it for the Blu-ray and DVD out and about video this week. And if this week proves anything, it's that you really do have to go out of your way to experience movies that you may not want to, because you know, the big 3 releases that came out this week, I honestly had no interest in wanting to check them out. I didn't want to see them in the theater, and I was hesitant to check them out for the out and about. But I said, you know what, I really do want to watch these. I want to comment on them, and surprisingly, I really like them. And I think you just have to give movies a chance. You know what I mean? I mean, even if you don't like the movie, at least you went out of your way to watch it, and you have that experience now where you can go and say, hey, you know what, I watched this movie, it's not that great, skip on it or something like that. I think every movie should be given a chance to some degree. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, there's a lot of crap out there, but you don't know that until you watch the movie. And the same with the good ones. Sometimes you may hear something, but honestly, at the end of the day, they're all opinions. I just have my opinion and I share it with you guys. You guys can either take my opinion or you can go and watch the movie yourself and experience it and see what you think. I encourage that. I encourage you guys to go out and watch new stuff and experience things. I do the same stuff. There's so much stuff that I experience week in and week out with movies that I'm so glad that I did, because sometimes in my Blu-ray collection, guys, there is stuff that I watched for the first time that if I didn't watch it, it wouldn't be on the shelf. So I always tell you guys to experience movies regardless. Good, bad, at least you got to at least see the movie and form your own opinion, which is what I always think is very important. And I do want to say something else because I've talked to you guys in the past, but I do these out and abouts and I experience people and have conversations with people that I never really know what I'm getting myself into. And I was at Best Buy, and afterwards, after I showed off those exclusive horror slipcovers there, a guy was looking at some of them, and I said, "Oh, those look really cool." And he's like, "Yeah, I used to work over at the Warner Brothers lot, for the movies and everything." And I'm like, "Really?" I just struck up a random conversation with a random stranger, and that's what I get. I never know. I honestly don't. And he was talking to me about being on the Warner Brothers studio lot and how he saw the Annabelle doll there and how he saw some of the Conjuring sets and everything. And he was talking to me about that stuff. And I thought, God, that's really fascinating. I almost wanted to ask him if he ever stole anything, like any stuff from like the movie sets, but I didn't. But I thought that was really fascinating, man. A 1 in a million chance to ask somebody, hey, what's going on, and suddenly you get this, hey, I used to work at the Warner Brothers lot. Again, random conversations that are extremely fascinating. Anytime you're at these physical media places, sometimes striking up a conversation can lead to some really unique stuff, guys, and this was one of those occasions. Actually, pretty damn cool, might I say. But yes, there was a decent amount of stuff that came out this week. Some independent titles, some big name releases, romance, comedy, animation, some really good and interesting stuff. Hopefully you picked up something good, guys. Oh, as far as I'm concerned, well, oh God, where do I start? I picked up a lot of physical media, guys. I told you last week that I had a lot of packages coming in the mail, and that was no lie, guys, because the first title I got was a package from Ronin Flicks right here, guys. I got a package from Ronin Flicks here. This title is from Scorpion Releasing. It's actually, I already have it in the collection, but this is sort of a rebuy. I was very curious to rebuy it. I love this horror film from back in the day. And I thought, with a couple more new extras and, possibly a better picture quality, I'm like, okay, I'm going to give it a chance. And anything with Jamie Lee Curtis, I cannot pass up, especially a rebuy. It's always worth it. Jamie Lee is worth it, should I say, guys. A very great horror movie. Not as well known as other 80s horror films, but still very well known regardless, guys. Not a bad pickup for that, guys. I also got in the mail a package from Diabolic DVD right here, guys. Now, ooh, this is an Arrow video title. This is a good Arrow video title. I was talking about John Hughes and how, I was hoping a lot of things that he did came out eventually, and this title is one of those John Hughes movies that I am so happy to get, guys. This is definitely an upgrade in the collection. I used to have the DVD, and now I've got the Blu-ray, and I am so happy. I have held off buying the Blu-ray for such a long time, and when Arrow announced it, I was like, this is an immediate buy. Not only is it probably the best upgrade that I can get for this particular title, but I can also, move some space over, get rid of the DVD, best of both worlds. So, yeah, I'm very happy with this. More John Hughes, especially upgraded John Hughes in the collection. Not a bad thing, guys. Got that title right there. I also picked up a title from Amazon Prime right here. Now, this Amazon Prime package that I got is actually an older release Blu-ray that was for a lot of money for a while. The price never went down. And I finally decided, you know what, I'm going to finally pick it up. The price is just right. It lowered to a great deal. And I'm like, I'm definitely going to take advantage of this in a big bad way. And I did for sure. It's a romantic drama from back in the day. Sally Field. Oh my God. Dolly Parton is in this damn thing. Julia Roberts. It's such a great film, man, and it's one that I used to love as a kid. And I know that other previous Blu-ray editions have come out and other DVD editions, but this one seemed to be really great. It was one that has a lot of great special features on it. And I thought for such a really good price, on top of I have never had it in the collection, it's definitely one I wanted to pick up. So I got this bad boy in the mail. Very happy to get this. I also got a package in the mail from Grindhouse Video right here, guys. So I got this package from Grindhouse Video, and this is another Arrow Video title. Now, this Arrow Video title is one that I am really anticipating watching because it's one that actually has not been released yet. It gets released in August. I got this early. Not only did I get this early, but I have never had this in the collection before. This is considered a horror classic by many people, an old school horror classic. Again, I've never had it on DVD, never had it on Blu-ray before. It's a really fantastic title. It was one that was actually almost delayed, but I think that they worked out the kinks and everything, and the fact that I got my copy early before it ever gets released is really awesome. I rarely ever have that happen, but and I've never actually ordered from Grindhouse Video before, so this is a pleasant surprise, and I'm hoping that I hope that I'm not disappointed, guys. I'm very rarely disappointed with Arrow Video, and I don't think I'm going to be disappointed here either, guys. Very happy to get this sucker. And if that wasn't enough, I also picked up a title over at Barnes & Noble for the 50% off Criterion sale, guys. This is an old school title from back in the day, man. One of those sort of like 70s titles that I haven't watched in such a long time, but it's one of those really great classics that I love Criterion, and I love that they give these films love, some that may be forgotten or people have sort of lost in their memory. And so I'm so glad that they actually took the time to release this thing. And for 50% off, I really couldn't pass it up, guys. It's one I want in the collection in a long while. I don't have it on DVD nor on Blu-ray, but if it's coming from Criterion, that's a great time to have it in the collection, guys. So I can't wait to open up this bad boy for sure, guys. So I got a Barnes & Noble package. I got package from Grindhouse Video. I got a package from Amazon Prime, a package from Ronin Flicks, and a package from, well, Diabolic DVD and Ronin Flicks. Oh my god, guys. I literally got, I got five titles this week, guys. You can't say I wasn't supporting physical media this week. I was supporting physical media in a big bad way, guys, for sure. There's a lot of stuff that I got, man. And you guys will not find out exactly what I picked up until my Blu-ray Pickles video, which will drop at the beginning of next month. It'll show off all of the titles that I got for the month of July. Now, it's not going to be a huge haul. It's nothing major, but I gotta tell you guys, I am super excited about all the pickups that I got. I think I got some really unique gems in this haul. Ones that I don't think you guys are really expecting. And I think, you know, even though it's not a major haul like other people might have, I think it's really unique and some very fascinating titles that I always try to surprise you guys with. And this pickups will not be different. It'll be quite unique. So definitely tune into that video when it drops towards the beginning of next month. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, definitely give it a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Check out the other Blu-ray and DVD Tuesday videos I do every single week. Check out the Blu-ray pickup videos I do every single month, the movie hunting videos that I do. In fact, I just did a Dollar Tree $1 Blu-ray and DVD out and about video. The sale is back, baby, and I did that. So definitely check that video out. Plus, the theatrical movie reviews I do with my friends. John and I just did a movie review for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Quentin Tarantino's 9th film. Was it worth the Hollywood effort, or should we kill the Hollywood dream? Definitely check out our thoughts on that movie, plus a host of other videos that I do. If you love physical media and movies, hit subscribe and be a part of the Film Fan Nation. I want to thank my subscribers. You guys are absolutely phenomenal. You are awesome. Some of the best subscribers out there. I love the comments. I love the support. I love you guys giving me movie suggestions. You guys send the love to me, and I hope I send the love right back to you guys. So if you love what I do, definitely hit subscribe. And before I leave, I just wanted to take a minute and talk about an actor that passed away. Rutger Hauer passed away last week at the age of 75, and, you know, it was a real shocker to me. It was a real shocker to my friend John, who texted me about it. He was like, oh my God, I can't believe Rutger Hauer's gone. Rutger Hauer was one of those actors that I think you just, you know, he wasn't the most recognizable actor in the world. You know, he wasn't a Schwarzenegger or a Stallone, or he wasn't somebody that sort of had the spotlight on him all the time. But he was a constantly working actor, and he was a great character actor, man. He did so many wonderful roles, man, whether it was Blade Runner, which is the first thing I ever saw him in. It was phenomenal. Split Second, Wanted Dead or Alive, Blind Fury. I forgot he was in Batman Begins, man. I was looking at his IMDb. I'm like, God, he was in Batman Begins. I really also loved him in Buffy the Vampire Slayer as well. I thought he played a great bad guy in there. I just really love Rutger Hauer, man. He was such a great actor, a great villainous character actor, and somebody who just poured his heart into every single role he did. He seemed like a very generous guy. He really loved the fans. He really loved the work that he did, and he was proud of what he did. And I am so saddened to see him go, man. I really am, because he's such an amazing actor, and I will not forget him for a single second, man. I have a lot of his movies on my shelves. You guys have his movies on your shelves as well. We're not going to forget him. I'm not going to forget Rutger Hauer. I know you guys are. As long as we keep these movies on the shelves, as long as we keep the memories of him in our hearts, he will never, never die, guys. Rutger Hauer was a living legend in movies, and now he is just a legend in general. He's passed away, but he will never, never, not for a long, long, long time be forgotten. Rutger Hauer, you were an amazing actor. You gave us so much memories, and we thank you so much. Rest in peace, sir. You will be greatly missed. Alright, guys. Well, I will see you back next time for a brand new Blu-ray and DVD out and about video. Take care, everybody, and happy hunting.